All right, let's talk just a little bit about homeowners and what they think about their property value. If any of us talk to a homeowner, they got a good idea of what they think their home is worth. Where do they come up with that value? Well, first off, any homeowner can tell you about every house that's sold on their street. They know how theirs compares to it. When they bought theirs, they thought it was the best house on that street in the neighborhood, and there's always a reason why theirs is a little better than the next one. But with that in mind, they know how big the other house was that sold. They know what had been updated. They know what the yard looked like. They know all the amenities of that house, whether they know anything about what was in MLS or not. Neighbors know more about their neighbors' houses than most of us would think, but they really do have a good idea. But how do they come up with a value? Well, the first way is the obvious answer. They Zillow it. They're going to go on Zillow or Red Door or some automated valuation service, and they're going to come up with a number for their house. And what are they going to do if they don't like the first one? They're probably going to go to another site and find a value that's high enough so that they think that must be right. And then they're going to tell everybody, well, my house is worth this much based on that one automated site. Now, most of them also, they understand the same formula that most real estate agents do. Price per square foot. Where do they get the square footage number? Most of them, now some of them get it from an old appraisal, or an old MLS listing, but most of them are getting it from tax records, and they're assuming that that's what agents and appraisers and everybody uses to come up with a value. So they're going to look at tax records. They're going to find the nicest sales they can find and divide the sales price by the square foot. Then they're going to apply that price per square foot number to their square footage number from public records, and then they're going to have the true value of their home. At least that's what they're going to believe. And if your value doesn't come up with what they've got, they're going to think that you're wrong. The scary part is that they've been taught to trust the values from AVMs and, a computer service over a living, breathing, licensed appraiser. And problem is getting worse. Agents, when they come in and do a CMA, buyer or sellers mostly, they're used to an agent pulling up an AVM to help them come up with a price for their house. If agents are going to these computer systems, they must trust them. If Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac and the government is going to use these automated valuations, well, why shouldn't the public trust them? We've taught this whole generation how to trust in automation, and that's making a problem much worse for appraisers and for people understanding that the true value of their house is not what that AVM tells them. You need a living, breathing, thinking appraiser with local experience. Or, some realtors are really good at it and they understand it's more than price per square foot. And they may even get a square footage number from somebody, an appraiser, hopefully, before they come up with a price. But the problem is we've got to get the public away from trusting computerized valuations. And that's something I think we're going to be working on for a very long time.